Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a bit about the astrology. I've been flat out, but I've really been feeling this, so I just wanted to share it in case anyone else is experiencing something similar. So, um, the 7th of January to the 15th of January, we have a powerful window um, that is marked by a cardinal T square, and it's deeply transformative. So it's also the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Pisces. So that, yeah, there's a bit going on. So this is not light surface level energy. This is a period of choice, responsibility, surrender, and realignment. So this is personally and collectively. So it's time to take a breath, and try and just, let's unpack what this means. So the big picture energy is this part of January, it may feel really like you may feel pressured, even if you can't quite explain why. So you might feel like there's a sense of being pulled in different directions. So wanting movement and change and progress, but also feeling like emotionally sensitive or uncertain about the future. And this is because with the cardinal energy, it's all about initiation and action. So combine this with the Pisces energy, which makes us sort of, it asks us to surrender and trust and to feel our way through it. So it's sort of like action versus surrender, control versus faith, structure versus flow. So that's sort of the dance of the week. So the cardinal T square. So on your chart, this will make a T shape. So you've got the Capricorn on one side, so wherever that is in your chart for you. So for me, it's my first house, so that's about my sort of more about my identity and things like that. And then you've got Cancer is directly opposite that, so that's causing attention. And then the bottom of the T is the Chiron in Aries. So and they're all around like 20 to 22 degrees. So you can find these on your charts, and it's where you'll be affected most. So some people might have heavy placements there. So it's so the T squares associated with identity, courage, emotional safety in home, relationships and balance, authority, responsibility, long-term goals. You may notice feeling emotionally reactive or easily triggered. Yes. Tension between your personal needs and external demands, frustration around delays, obstacles, or other people, and a strong urge to do something, even if you're not sure yet. So there's no sort of stagnation energy. Yeah, like everyone's feeling like there's something that they want to do, but yeah, might not be clear on what that is. So if something in your life has been unstable, it might be highlighted this week. Ask yourself, where am I forcing something that needs rebalancing? Where am I avoiding decisions because it feels uncomfortable? So, because that discomfort is the information. So, we have Saturn conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So, this is reality meets the dream. So, running underneath all of this is the most significant long term transits we experience. So, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Pisces. This is the meaning of Saturn, which is responsibility, boundaries, reality, discipline. Neptune, so Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn also, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So Neptune is dream, spirituality, illusions, compassion, and escapism. Pisces is empathy, endings, faith, and collective healing. So the conjunction dissolves what is unstable, especially when it comes to illusions. So yeah, you may feel deep emotional heaviness or tiredness, a loss of faith in systems, people, or paths that once felt solid, a strong spiritual pull, or questioning of spiritual beliefs, heightened sensitivity to the collective mood. But here's what the gift part of this is. This is where the spiritual truth becomes practical. So where dreams are no longer just visions, they must become grounded or realized. So anything that you've been sort of envisioning or dreaming about, this is where like that action becomes like reality. So if it isn't aligned, it won't survive this energy. So the way these energies work together is the cardinal T-square pushes us to act. Saturn and Neptune ask us to act with integrity and soul alignment. So it's not the time for escapism or denial, overworking to avoid the feelings, just and not making decisions based purely on fear or obligation. So instead, can we take responsibility for our emotional and spiritual well-being? Can we set boundaries without hardening our heart? Can we release control and still stay accountable? The answer does not come from thinking. It comes from like the Pisces intuition, listening, like the inward part. And collective themes that we may notice on a broader level, the energy can highlight disillusionment with leadership or authority. So Capricorn rules authority and leadership and all those sorts of things. So it's the dissolving of some of those hierarchies and things like that may be happening. Conversations around accountability and compassion, systems breaking down so new ones can emerge. Increased awareness of mental health and emotional burnout. Yes, definitely can relate. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the world right now, you're not alone. You're not imagining it. But like I said, some people may be more affected than others. This is hitting a lot of my major placements. So, and also we have the new moon in Capricorn coming up, and Capricorn's my rising. So that will be a new stage, like a new cycle for me. But yeah, definitely massive shifts for that. So how to work with this energy instead of working against it. We want to slow our nervous system down, which is very, very important for me. That was sort of one of my I wouldn't say goals, but one of my priorities for this year. Especially because my sixth house is in Gemini, so my health wise, my nervous system can be really affected. So definitely not a push harder week. So gentle routines, early nights, magnesium warm foods, and time in nature are powerful supports. Time to get honest with yourself. Saturn doesn't want self-punishment, it wants clarity. So just, what's draining you? What responsibilities have you outgrown? This is like, it's our responsibility to work this stuff out. We can't blame other people for anything, any of our situations or anything like that. So let's just step up and claim it. Strengthen boundaries with compassion. So you can be kind and say no. That's something I've struggled with as well. Being able to say no. Something I'm definitely going to be working on throughout this year is that I don't have to feel guilty by saying no. And Pisces teaches empathy, Saturn teaches limits. So trying to find the balance between that. Spiritual practices are amplified by meditation, breathwork, prayer, journaling, sound healing. Even just 5 minutes will make a big difference right now. So signs most affected, if you have strong placements in Aries, which my chart is Aries dominant, Cancer, which I don't have any planets in Cancer, Libra, which is my moon, Capricorn, which is my rising, and Pisces, which is my sun. You may feel this period more intensely. And then also if you look at what those houses are, that's where you will feel them as well. So emotionally, physically, or spiritually, you may really sort of feel this. And yeah, I really have really felt it. Absolutely. So definitely be changing a few things. Teaching me a lot of lessons. And what else? But everyone is being asked the same question. What is real and what is ready to dissolve? So between January the 7th and the 15th, don't rush the clarity, just let it emerge. This is a threshold moment, not a finish line. What falls away now creates space for something new and more aligned to grow. So be gentle with yourself, rest when you can, and trust that every confusion has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. So if you can understand that, it makes things a lot easier. Sometimes you can't always explain like how you're feeling or what you're feeling. So just understanding the astrology just really helped me. I definitely wasn't feeling myself, and I guess there's reasons for that to show me. So thanks, guys. Take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon.